What's good, Liberators? SMT Dx2 Demon Review. Today we are talking about the god who blends. The zebra, ruling above them all, the deity, Ardha. Ardha, not Ishvara, is a god of dual gender whose appearance is half that of the destroyer, Shiva, and half his wife, Parvati. Ardha is the ideal figure of Shaktism, the perfect god. Ardha is often depicted with the iconography of both Shiva, trident, tiger skin, and bull mount, Nandi, and Parvati, the lotus, ornaments, and lion combined. So let's check him, her, it out. He is a magic beast. 230 off rip. You can pump that up. 250, go wild. 270 at its max, making him one of the mightiest magic stat people in the game. That's pretty nuts. His strength is garbage, so just ignore it. Everything else is halfway decent. 160s pretty much across the board for everything else. I, of course, went with agility. Get that agility up because his special skill can miss, so getting that agility up as high as possible is crucial, but throwing that 20 into vitality, or hell, even luck to boost up the crit rate, because yes, it too can crit, even though it is a magic-based attack, would not be out of line. As you can see, with good branding, you can pump this dude's magic attack up to around 2,200 if you got those really good brands on it. Null's physical, useless, but he does drain both fire and electricity, meaning he could run quite well alongside your demiurges if you are a fan of those kind of teams. For the skills, for the transferable epitome of carnage, always nice to see built into a kit. 20% to critical hit rate and 15% to physical damage. And yes, this does apply to his unique skill, even though he doesn't have any strength. The magic attack bases off his physical skill here, Ruin and Grace, which is fueled by magic, but it is a physical attack, so Epitome of Carnage does play onto it. So, bueno. For his first unique skill, Saris Rara. Plus 10% to all damage, plus 20% to physical hit rate, plus 20% to HP healing skill effectiveness, and increases natural MP recovery by 1. This guy comes equipped with all the right passive skills. Gotta love it. And all of these things, the Epitome of Carnage, the Sarhes Rara, all piles on to make his signature skill so effective. Ruin and Grace inflicts physical pierce effect damage, booyah, with a power of 200, 50% crit rate on a single enemy, and heals all party members with a power of 80 if the attack is successful. So he one-shots an enemy and then heals you up for a decent little chunk there. And remember, Saris Rara comes with 20% bonus to HP healing skill effectiveness, which does play onto Ruin and Grace there, so it's pumped up that much further. Even the healing aspect of this thing is pumped up based on his passive skills. The damage inflicted by this skill is dependent on magic attack, so be aware. Physical tag, so Fizz Boost will boost this skill up, as well as increasing your magic stat. So it's a weird one, right? You can put the physical amp on there, and it will affect Ruin and Grace, while simultaneously pumping up your magic stat, which will also pump up Ruin and Grace. And this skill can have a critical hit or a miss, so make sure you got the Sukukajas up, the Secundas on, or you might be having a bad day. And if you level this thing up to the max, plus 20% of the damage, and lower the MP cost by 1, bringing it to the low economical cost of 5 MP. And do recall that Sarasrara increases his natural MP gain by 1. So if you give this boy Divine Brands, you can never stop the Ruin and Grace, assuming you've leveled it up. And you just got 5 MP every time, and you're just boom, boom, boom every time. And that might be slightly overkill, so you can indulge yourself with the spell brands and not miss a beat with that, because you got the Divine Brands just built into the kit. Bueno. I got him in the Psychic archetype, which comes with Merciless Blow. Not particularly useful, because not many demons are weak to physical attacks, and the ones that are, you can smack them down pretty dang easily without needing Merciless Blow in the mix. I believe this is a relic from when he was on my physical Demopocalypse team for a brief period. I don't believe I still use him, because there are far better demons out there for that role, but this was there for that purpose. We'll check out his other archetype skills and see if he can give us something a little more meaty to work with in the game. As for transferable skills, Master Assassin, which will work with Ruin and Grace just fine, plus 20%, 2 single target attacks, so making that hit as hard as possible. And I got a Fizz boost on there. Again, I believe I threw him in a Demopocalypse physical a while ago. I don't do that anymore. So, depending on what you're using him for, I mean, you've got options with this guy. You can focus on his physical attack, which is probably your best bet. You know, just having the healing be a nice little icing on the cake, but focus on his accuracy and his physical attack. So Fizz Amp, Fizz Survivor is probably a best in slot for this guy. And you can rip all day long Speedster. You could slot him into your Speedster physical team just fine, although that healing skill would probably be lost on any real Speedster team, because working defenses on a Speedster physical team, it's a losing proposition no matter which way you slice it. But he can still single target guys, one-shot them down, but he can't cut through those Enduring Souls. But still, he can pack a punch and get you on your way. There are far worse choices than this guy. I would say he shines especially bright just in PvE. This guy can carry you through probably 99% of the PvE content out there. There is probably a use for this guy in literally every battle in the game, especially boss battles. I mean, he's attacking with a physical attack that can get you that half press turn if it crits, and heal you all in one. Give him Divine Brands. He never has to stop, so you can execute that twice every turn if you want to, by passing to him and ensuring he gets 2 turns every time for the double, with a full power of 160 to heal you if you Ruin and Grace twice. So he can walk you through a lot of Kiwami's boss battles throughout the game. Like he's pretty much just he's recruit mode. You get this guy in your party, the game goes into recruit mode. As for brands, Divine Brands or Spell Brands, keep it going. Life Brands, if you're facing a particularly tough Kiwami or something like that hits you hard in that first turn. Other than that, y'all know what to do with the brands, but just know, like right here, I got him with the Spell Brands, and these are some among my best brands, and I was able to get his magic attack to around 2,167, so you can get that Ruin and Grace rocking pretty hard. As for the Spirit panels, Panel 1, activate the following chain effect at the beginning of a battle. If the enemy attacks first, increases own party's defense and evasion and accuracy by 20%. Cool, so he gets a little... his first 2 panels here basically give you a version of what Hyper Beelzebub gets naturally. For Panel 2, activates the following chain effect when attacking first. Increases your party's attack and evasion and accuracy So if the enemy gets the drop on you, he bullies your defense. If you get the drop on the enemy, he bullies your offense. So cool. I mean, if you like those mid-range teams, I am not a fan particularly, but I know a lot of them are out there. So this can serve in that regard quite well. And with the mid-range focus of Hyper Beelzebub, I mean, hey, there could be some synergy there. They're both kind of long-form kind of guys. You can get some stuff done with them. And for panel 3, plus 15% to all damage, combining with Saras Rara, giving that 10% to all damage. So another 25% to whatever you're dishing out. And plus 20% to healing skill effectiveness, again, coupling with Saras Rara for 40% natural increase to his healing skill effectiveness, making him just a heavy-hitting healing machine. When you consider that, this guy, he would even put Dimensional Lakshmi to the test as far as who's the best healer in the game, and that's including her giving her. She gives you back some MP with each heal, but with his physical focus, oof, that's a tough call. Which one is more useful in the long run? And for the newest, latest panel of things, the gifts, which I have no idea how this works. I have no idea if bonding demons gives you any tangible benefit whatsoever. So I've just been collecting the items and not really using them. If you know if bonding a demon gives you any tangible benefit in-game, do let me know down below. So before we wrap up, let's check out his other archetype skills and maybe even shift him right here and now on the fly to something a little bit more useful. Sarasvara for the Origami Megadolon, strongest transferable almighty magic attack. Can't say I'm a big fan of this. He does have a monstrous magic set, and this would allow him to strike every enemy on screen, but still not utilizing Ruin and Grace every turn. When that only costs you 5 MP, this is going to cost you 7, the reduced cost with it being in the archetype slot. And that's as low as it'll go. You can't level it up and get an extra MP reduction. Yeah, I mean, there's some versatility there. Give him a sweep attack. He's got the magic to back it up. But the Protect Your Archetype Luster Candy with the reduced cost of 7 MP, giving your party the full buff suite. But again, you're not utilizing Ruin and Grace, attacking and healing at the same time. And buffs in 2022 generally come from other places. Heck, if you've got his first 2 panels, you're getting some buffs right off the bat, auto style. So, not sure about this one. Not a fan, but hey, it is definitely an option, and I would say equally as useful as Megadolon over there as far as the practical uses you'd be getting out of it. The Psychic Archetype Merciless Blow, which we discussed, not exactly world-rendingly useful unless you're running him in Demopocalypse Boss Wave, in which case, yeah, go with the blow, if you will. And the Elementalist Archetype Drain Fizz. Interesting. I'm gonna give this Elementalist a pass, seeing as how I don't really like many of his other archetypes, but remember, he drains fire, he drains electricity. Having him also drain physical, sitting him next to Demiurge, mid-range style, you've got something there. There's something going on there. You can make it work in PvP. Who knows? Maybe I can do a PvP video figuring something out. I don't really run with Demiurge, so it'd probably be an unmitigated disaster. But hey, who knows? Maybe we can combine these madmen, get a team that drains every single element, and just go random, see what happens. And that's about all I got today for this handsome woman, man. This handsome woman, this beautiful man, Ardha. Stay safe out there, liberators. Don't get captured.